Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Happy holidays! We're in the middle of the holiday season, and as I was putting together my addressing my Christmas cards, signing the cards, I realized I didn't make enough because my what's the word I'm looking for? I had a plan this year to make homemade Christmas cards to send out, and I kind of got stalled a little bit over the summer, so I didn't have quite enough for my whole Christmas list, so I needed to go back and make some more. And what had made it really, really easy was using these store-bought note cards and just covering up the design that was on the front. These were cards that I think my daughter got from my mother-in-law just to like play with. And I took them. They didn't have envelopes, so I did have to buy just plain note card envelopes. And I got those from Joann on sale. Easy, in-store pickup. So I got that part done, but then I needed to make the cards to put into the envelopes. So I only had maybe 10 more to make. And so in this sitting, I actually ended up making, I think, 6 more. And now I have 2 extra. I don't know how I sort of miscounted, but I have 2 extra homemade Christmas cards. So few, but I just wanted to record this to show you guys a little bit of the process of making some of the cards and how I worked with the store-bought cards, even though they already had words and designs on them, especially when we get to the back of the card. These are Hallmark cards. So of course, they've got the Hallmark logo on them, and I don't want them to have the Hallmark logo on them. I want them to have my own handmade stamp on them. So I'll show you that in a second. Basically, to make these cards, I'm using the sheet load of card sketches, just kind of went back through what I had printed out at the beginning of the year and just kind of picked ones that I thought would be easy to replicate. And I'm not making, a whole sheet load right from the start. I'm just using the measurements to make one card at a time because I'm basically using up a lot of scraps. I have a lot of Christmas scraps, and I actually got some new Christmas embellishments. Thank you to my Instagram friend who sent those to me. They've been very helpful, not only in finishing up my December daily, which I swear I will have a flip through for you soon, but also in completing these cards. So some of the paper is stuff that I purchased over the summer. The cardstock is just cardstock I think I had in my stash. I might have gotten that when I purchased Christmas stuff over the summer as well. I'm using glue dots to stick these very thin strips down because even if I cut my double-sided adhesive squares in half, they're still going to be too big. And these are very, very thin. And then the inside of the card, I'm just going to stamp a sentiment because that's what I happen to have Christmas stamps. So I'm using that sort of reddish color from my favorite, what's it called? I don't know. My favorite stamp, my favorite something. I really like that color. And then I have a black ink pad that I'm using. I have this sort of, it says handmade with an envelope on it. It's really cute. It's from, I don't even know. I've had it in my stash. The packaging has gotten thrown away. None of my stamps are in the original packaging because I thought it would be easier to store them in a different way. And anyway, so I don't know who the manufacturer is, but it came with it came in a set of stamps that had stuff like thank you and other general greeting card sentiments, and then this handmade envelope looking stamp that I've been using on the back. So you can see on the back of this card, there's the pre-printed stuff, and I'm like, I've got to cover that up. So what I have been doing, and I'm not sure, what am I stamping here? Oh, no, that's my black ink pad. So I'm stamping on a circle that had already been, I punched it out with my circle punch, and it's just, white. I think there might have been a pattern on the other side, but I just went with the white side. And then I'm going to add a strip of patterned paper so that it sort of looks like it's coming in from off the side of the page, and then you've got the circle covering it up there. I feel like when I was making this batch of cards, I really feel like I was thinking more of a scrapbooker in terms of 12 by 12 page design as opposed to a card maker, if that makes any sense. But yeah, and then I started to get I started to do some different things with some of the cards. So you'll see that the second card I make, I basically keep it the same as the sheet loads of cards sketch, but then I kind of take that sketch and do some different things, which you'll see at the end. So now I'm going to take a piece of this pattern paper, which was that's the size it was. I just pulled it out of my Christmas scrap bag, and I'm just going to stick that down. I inked the edges just because I thought it would look a little bit nicer. And I'm just going to stick it right over that big ol' expressions thing on the back. So people, when they get these cards, they're going to be like, oh, there's some on the front, but then there's also a little on the back, and that will hopefully make them see the handmade stamp, and they will realize, oh, she spent so much time making this. Yes, I did. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think I'm going to do this next year, because when I went to get all my Christmas cards together over Thanksgiving weekend, I was like, oh, I have to handwrite like our names inside these cards on top of handwriting the return address and the address on the envelope. And I was like, okay. And while some people did receive like a wallet size school picture of my daughter, like I gave them to certain family members, I'm not going to give them to everybody because not everybody really wants a picture of my kid. But I miss sharing like a family photo, and we had a good one for this year too. We went to a family wedding, and we actually had a family photo. And I was like, but I already committed to making all these cards in order to save some money. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do it this year because of those reasons. I feel like I missed out on what I like, which is showcasing the photo. And then I could buy like, I need to get a return address label stamp or just like the stickers, because that would save me so much time, no matter what kind of Christmas cards I make. And every year I sit down to do these cards and I'm like, I should have gotten the return address stamps, the return address stickers. I'm like, I'll get them for next year. And then the next year rolls around and I'm like, I should get those return address stickers or stamp. Okay, so anyway, if anybody has needs an idea of like a birthday gift for me or a Christmas gift for me, a return address label stamp would be really great. Thanks. All right, so now we're making this card. It's a different design, and what I like about this design is that you can make it horizontal this way. So I've got like a larger piece of pattern paper on the left side and a smaller piece of pattern paper on the right side, but you could flip it and have the smaller piece on the left side and the bigger piece on the right side. You can also make this card open so that it's vertical instead of horizontal, right? So I have one, I did it all the ways. I did it all the ways to finish up the rest of these Christmas cards. Again, most of these patterns, some of them are very old recollections from Michael's, and some of them are pieces that I purchased at my local scrapbook store before it closed over the summer. Those rub-ons, I also purchased at my local scrapbook store, and I'm thinking these are going to be perfect to use for a sentiment on the card. I actually used one of the sentiments on the inside of a card as well, which worked out really well. I have a special rub-on tool that I got from Basic Gray, literally back in like 2006, 2007. And you really barely even need it because these rub-ons are so amazing. They stick really, really well. That it takes like no effort at all to get them to rub on, which is really nice. So there I am using the tool, rubbing on the word joy. And it had a little bit of what is it, like starburst thingies next to it. And I didn't really like the way they looked to the right-hand side of the word joy. So I separated them. And now I'm going to bring those little bursts up at the top. So there's a little bit of, embellishment going on the front as well as the sentiment. So let me know in the comments if you have made your own Christmas cards this year and how many you had to make, and what was your plan to get them done? Were you like, I'm going to make 5 every month? Are they all the same style? Do they all use the same paper collection and embellishment collection, or are they just kind of like a mishmash? Because that's what mine are. Mine are kind of a mishmash. Everybody got something different. I don't really care. And like I said, this took a lot of effort to get these done this year. And while it was fun, the process of making them was fun, there were parts, the sharing the family photo and creating just a cool design and then just being able to pop them into an envelope and send them off. I do miss that part. And when I really think about it, I don't think I spent as much as I would have making these cards as opposed to ordering them from Shutterfly or Walmart. But when I think about the Black Friday sales that you can get on photo Christmas cards with Shutterfly and or not Walmart, Walgreens, like it's really, really cheap. It's not that expensive at all. I mean, you can go all out and pay upwards of $60 for photo Christmas cards from a place like Minted or Tiny Prints. They have really beautiful designs. But honestly, Shutterfly has great designs too, or you can design your own. I've done that before where I've actually designed my own image and just uploaded it. So there are lots of different ways to do Christmas cards. Here's the bunch that I created for this video. If you get one, yay. If you didn't get one, it's probably because I didn't make enough to send out. But I'm thinking of you anyway this holiday season, and I hope that this video was helpful for you. Come follow me on social media for lots more scrappy, fun stuff. Bye.